Like, we're live. All the way around the world.
Did you do that with? Did you have a yo-yos in your day?
I was so bad at yo-yos.
Really? You couldn't do yo-yo tricks, and
well, I mean,
you do around the world.
My yo-yo tricks were like, can you hit your brother with a yo-yo? And then that was the epitome of my yo-yo tricks.
I hit my brother with the end of gun stock once and split his ear open.
And you went like, oh.
I went Rambo on it.
Jason Bourne.
I don't know if he remembers that, but I remember gushing blood out of his ear, and he made me mad because he used to beat me up. You know, not beat me up. He was a wrestler. I was a wrestler. Well, he did beat me up. Let's just be honest. He used to thrash me. But we're good friends now.
It's no good.
He didn't like beat me up all the time. He just did a couple times every now and then when I needed to be put in my place, you know?
Welcome to the Sponsors Only live show. If you are a sponsor, you get to talk to us today.
And you may win one of these gadgets right here. Yeah. Are we live?
I mean, sponsor only?
Is there well, you can't send it to sponsor only.
Well, I mean, like the chat though thing.
I don't
remember where that was at.
You know, we didn't, and so
it's because there's other people.
Have you done that?
I saw the setting for it, but I don't think I clicked it. So the picture is really bad. It's what we keep hearing or saying.
Really?
Or whatever. That's what they're saying. Sponsor only with non-sponsors. We're working on it. We have technical difficulties because we were too busy doing this.
Yeah.
And
can you change it now?
Don't know.
I don't see if you can change it now. Well, it's
what about public? No, that's the
no. Oh, right there.
There you go. Bam.
Save changes. Now
goodbye, non-sponsors.
We'll see if that changes it.
Sponsor only mode is on. We know how to do it.
We figured it out after it already started.
Please leave a message after the beep. We don't need no messages because we figured it out.
So all the people that were on that weren't sponsors, if you want to be on and have us, answer your questions and talk to you, then you're going to have to become a sponsor. And how do you do that?
You've been blackballed.
You've got to, right next to where the subscribe button is, you just click the sponsors button.
Blue sponsor button.
It's pretty simple.
Hit it. $4.99.
And you'll get a Paint Life Mafia sticker.
And you're supporting the Paint Life community.
And yes, and you'll get a Paint Life shirt after you've been a sponsor, and you'll get, and there's some other perks. I always forget them. It's kind of weird. There's 5 perks you get with it. You get a picture of John. If you really care. I mean, who really wants a picture of John anyway?
And if you do, I'm a little worried. Well, never mind.
So the picture looks good on our side.
Picture looks good here.
And this is what? Because, it's not like I can understand because Wi-Fi is really bad. My phone, because we're right by a tower, but it all went.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, because we're hooked to cables. So
Ryan Petzold, Ichiban Photography.
Danny Gonzalez. One question: can you paint with the Graco Mark IV? The Mark IVs and Mark Vs, like over in those are the big old huge units, and so those are like
paint with what?
Yes.
Spray paint. Oh,
yeah. You can paint with them. Those things are made for like pushing like heavy coatings.
Yeah. That's kind of like hunting squirrels with I don't know what a big gun is.
A bazooka?
Yeah, a bazooka. There we go. I'm not a big gun guy, but
or a stick of dynamite.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Hunting squirrels with dynamite.
But you can do it. It'll get the job done.
It will. So I mean, if you're going to spray super heavy coatings or plaster.
Here's a question for you. Follow-up question.
Here we go.
If you had to choose between having a Mark IV or a 440.
Oh, well, there's no question.
You always go with the bigger bazooka.
I'd take that Mark. Yeah, the big old beast. It'd be hard to get in and out of the van, but
Lance shades with his Mark IV.
Those are not cheap. They're expensive.
Yeah.
He what?
He shades with it.
Actually, isn't it a mock? It's
Mark
mock.
V. Mock?
They're mock. I think they're Mach 4s. Maybe they are marked for us. I don't know.
It's marked.
You know, here's an interesting trivia that maybe you've never known. I mean, you don't know everything about me, but I've never shaved with a razor once in my life.
Like a safe,
like a regular razor.
Really?
Like I've never once in my life. From the day I started shaving, which was way late in my life, because once again, like the other live show, I mean, I still haven't hit puberty yet, but I've always used an electric razor. Never once. I started to shave one time with this razor.
Here's a fun fact. I've never used an electric razor.
There you go.
So there.
Now you know something about it. How was your Graco multi-finish? Where's the purchase? Where's the purchase?
I don't see that question.
Well, I mean, is he talking about the Finish Pro that we just used?
Oh.
So we used the Finish Pro, which was the air-assisted airless. So we used it. I shot a whole fireplace mantle with it, and I definitely was impressed with the finish that it did. Mm-hmm. It laid out a better quality finish than an airless sprayer. The setup time was significantly more than an airless sprayer, probably about equivalent to an Hvlp. I think once you get it dialed in, you don't have to thin your products down. And once you understand you're using the same product, doing trim packages, it would cut down significantly on the setup time. Okay. But there was, there was a little bit of trial and error versus an airless sprayer. You just stick in the paint and away you go with a tip on there. There's not, the learning curve is really short. But I think, for us, it's kind of in between an airless and an Hvlp. Mm-hmm. It was Graco quality. It was a good quality sprayer. It is. We still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was, I don't know. It was good. It did what it said it was supposed to do.
Right.
I guess my thing is, would I rather have that, or would I rather have a 395 and an Hvlp?
I would rather have a 395 and an Hvlp. Yeah. I mean, no question. I mean, to me, I think when it comes to like spraying a trim package, and here's something that, I think people should know. If you're in new construction, because I've heard new construction guys using them to spray trim packages. I've sprayed, trim packages for years and years in new construction using an airless sprayer. I think it would take twice as long to do a whole trim package, literally twice as long with an air-assisted airless than it would an airless. And so that's significantly more labor. And I think the quality of the finish, it'll be noticeable to your eye and my eye, but I don't think anybody that moves into that house, it would be noticeable to any of those people that move into that brand new home.
Right.
So,
but you just spent twice as long doing it.
Twice as long doing it, and I think I think the cost is quite a bit more, isn't it? Than like
$2,400 to $2,600, depending on. So you really could buy an Hvlp unit and an airless sprayer for
about the same.
Yeah, maybe a tad more.
Yep. I won $15K at the Derby. Funny duck.
Whoa.
Going to pay for it. Now that can't be.
What?
Is he serious?
I don't know how you prove that.
How do you prove that? 15,000.
Well done.
I mean,
maybe that's why horse race. I don't get the whole horse racing thing, but
I lost 200. So, Danny gave us some inside information, and kind of like the stock insider information on some horses and stuff. And
that's not illegal.
But right? I lost. But I was doing like complicated bets and stuff like that. I wasn't trying to win $20. Well, I mean, I was trying to win 15,000, but I didn't win 15,000. That's pretty good.
Stuart McKenzie says his Fine Finish Pro works awesome on trim. He actually just, I think, shared a photo of his 595 Finish Pro.
That's a big one.
It is.
Wow.
I'll bet that's heavy. I thought the 395 one was heavy, but
because that's the 595 with the compressor from like an Hvlp compressor on it. Cool. Give it away, Jake says. That 15,000. I mean, he can donate 10% of that to the Paint Life community, and
or maybe he's saying we should give away the Finish Pro.
Look, Andrew says he fed a horse some hay once. So
horses freak me out, dude.
I got a story for you. I got lots of stories, but So I wouldn't bet. I mean, I wouldn't bet on the horses and stuff, and I keep my distance from horses because I literally still have nightmares about horses to this day. And it's a childhood thing. I was like on a horse. You know, I think did I ever tell you I was going downhill on the horse and I fell off the saddle and the horse drugged me on my face and on the dirt, and it did a lot of damage to my face. And maybe that's why I can't grow a full beard or anything. Yeah, maybe all the scar tissue.
Any animal you can train to trample someone to death, I'm not game with that. Like, it'll turn on you.
I mean, just the horse, if he bites you, he could bite your hand off, literally. So let's see. Do you guys get the job for flag roof? Somebody knew.
Yeah, you shared that.
I shared it
last week. Before one of those.
So we did. I don't. So Ryan's asking if we got. So I bid this gigantic barn, and it's up in McCall, and it's, you know, this huge barn, and you can see the whole roof. And these people wanted an American flag painted on the whole side of that or on the whole roof. And so you would drive by on the major highway and you would see that American flag. It would have been a super cool project. It would have been really cool to show it on, post it on social media and show the whole process. What people don't understand is what goes into doing something like that. That's an incredibly difficult project. For instance, here's just for instance, the part where the stars would be gigantic. How do you get every star in place individually painted, and how do you paint this roof and make it last for more than 2 years? And how do you get those stripes on a corrugated roof to be straight? And how do you get on that roof? Because you can't walk on the roof. It's literally, it was like the steep roof. And just the lift itself was going to cost probably $1,500 for the lift. And then we're probably the product was probably going to be around $1,500 for the product. So you got $3,000 right there. I bid it for $6,000 to do the flag, which was not going to make us.
That was
money.
A freebie.
It was a freebie because we wanted the honor of saying that we painted that flag, and it would be up there for years and years and years to come. And the people thought it was too much money, and so they didn't accept the bid. So we didn't get it. So yeah, we were gonna like put it out on social media and ask people, how would we go about doing this? Yeah, because it's not like you can take a projector.
I mean, you could still tell us how you would do it, but it's just not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. So I broke my back at Pimlico, still getting on.
Bummer.
Hey, we got a new sponsor, Mac Miller.
Mac
Miller's a new sponsor.
Miller.
To me, I would say that's Miller.
Myler.
But is that German?
Miller. I'll bet he's from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I don't know why, but I just feel like that's. Mac, where are you from?
Mac Miller, I'm going to say he's from South Dakota.
South Dakota. How's that?
So he says he's a sponsor now. He's green.
That's probably why you didn't do so well at the Kentucky Derby.
Jenny Tootin's on. She sent the pants on.
Hey, Jenny Tootin.
Thanks for forwarding the pants on. We would like to see some
Milwaukee, pictures. Wisconsin.
You're wrong.
I was close.
Was I closer?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Minnesota. No, Wisconsin. I think they're buddies.
So I don't know. So the pants showed up. The traveling pants are on their way to the next journey. And XC Painter has posted photos of them and stuff. And now I think Lisa was going to post, because they're staying in. Here's something for all the sponsors. They're staying in the sponsor community.
In the Paint Life Mafia.
The Paint Life Mafia is the only people that can get the pants.
Yeah.
So Lisa's supposed to be notifying XC Painter who the next person is. I don't know if she did or not, but maybe.
That is above our pay grade.
Went fishing today. Daniel's on. Daniel, glad to see you on.
Second time ever going fishing.
Is that what he just said?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
second
cool.
Time ever.
We love fishing. Both John and I are fishermen.
Jake has a good question. It's raining. Jake has a good question.
Holy cow.
How do you deal with a customer that tries to barter your price like a used car?
Well, that's a good question, because in the beginning of my career, I would, negotiate pricing because I needed the work. And obviously, if you don't have the work and you need the work, you have to pay your house payment. You have to pay your bills. You got to put food on your table. We eventually built our business to the point where, supply and demand, we have so much work. We're turning down work all the time. We got to a point where we did not negotiate prices anymore. We would just tell the people, our price is our price. But what's really weird is we are booked out like really far, and 2 people contacted me, and they contacted me and asked it in a respectful manner if we would lower our price and be willing to do it for, I think the price on one of the houses was $3,800. They said, would you be willing to do it for $35,000? And I said, yeah. And it's like right next to where we're painting right now. And it's kind of convenient. It's like right out our back door basically and stuff. And there was another one, the guy even asked for quite a bit more less. And he follows us on YouTube. And I'm like, you know what? He's
watching.
He supports us and follows us. And yeah. And so I said, yeah, which is something I haven't done for years. And I don't know, maybe I'm becoming a softie.
Maybe.
So who knows? But you have to just take it. You can throw in your 2 cents. It's just you have to take it a case by case basis, and whether you're booked out. If you're booked out, for a while, why would you?
Well, I think, like you said, there's a difference between a customer who respectfully asks and is really looking to work something out versus a customer who is just nickel and diming you because I have a certain customer in mind that I'm thinking of, but I shouldn't go there. Because
I think some of it is talking to the customer and getting that feeling from the customer, whether they're just trying to, they can afford to pay the price you offer, but they're just trying to nickel and dime you down to get, a cheaper price from you just for getting a cheaper price. And so sometimes, you can just get a feeling from you. Do they want a high quality paint job, and are they willing to pay you, but they're just respectfully asking, or is this really their budget and they really want a high quality paint job? They want you to do it because they believe in you. They believe in your reputation, but this is all they can afford right now. I think you just have to take it a case by case basis.
Lance's wall art is pretending to be Andrew and asking a riddle, and I figured this one out without knowing it before. What appears between here and there but disappears between there and here?
Boy. I mean, that's like these riddles.
I know this one.
You probably have more of a mind for this kind of stuff, because that kind of stuff, it just scrambles my brain like instantly.
A T. The letter T is in between when you flip it around.
So ask the question again.
So here, it's easier if you read it.
Where's it at?
I gotta go back up. What appears between here and there but disappears between there and here?
Oh my gosh.
I digress.
Interesting.
Anyway,
you can pick up on that stuff. That's crazy. Hey Mafia. George Clamarzi is on. DNA Painting's on. Jake Starling's on.
I'm winning like 3 out of 5 jobs, not bartering price. 3 out of 5 ain't bad. That's a 60%.
That's really
close
good.
Rate is that's nothing to shake one of these at.
If you got a close rate like that, there's absolutely no reason why you would ever want to negotiate prices. There's
no need to barter.
There's no need to. So
start raising your prices.
If the client is looking for a budget number, then provide that. Use the word budget versus estimate. So, and that gets on kind of a topic. Sometimes when people get on that conversation, I try to tactfully work myself to that. If they have a budget, I'll ask them I mean, what is too high? I mean, what would be too high of a bid, or what would be, would you think this would be extremely low, or would you think this is extremely high? If somebody gives you their, the number, they tell you, they're basically just bidding against themselves. I mean, they really should never tell you, well, my budget is $4,000, because if you were going to bid it for $3,000, you're probably now going to bid it for $4,000. And so they just bid against themselves. But sometimes there's been times, a handful of times in my career where I needed to get to that point and have a discussion with the customer like that, because I didn't want to offend them with too high of a price, and so I didn't want to shock them. So I kind of asked them to try to get to that. We do have some dogs cruising around here, as you can tell.
They're barking. Mac Miller wants to know, can you go through the setup procedure for Hvlp? Material thinning, air pressure, dial-in gun. But I think before we do that, we should give something away, because we're 20 minutes in.
Well, let's, you know what? I mean, I'm kind of like, we said we were going to give these things away.
I don't think I want to give these away. I like
these things are actually really cool. Let's, we'll give a stud finder away. Those dogs are really annoying. I'm going to go.
They are going at it with something. Okay. stud finder, an AOM stud finder, and I think it does some other things too. I will give this to the first person who can tell me what food Chris absolutely cannot stand eating. I think we were just talking about it in the Facebook or Instagram thing that we just did. So you've got an edge if you were on there for that. First person gets one of these bad boys.
That's when you know you're actually, this isn't all staged and just like a studio. When you got dogs, the war is going on in there with dogs.
I asked him what food you don't like eating. First person to guess that.
Oh,
yeah. We got broccoli and Brussels sprouts and hot dogs. Or maybe he was talking about making the dogs into hot dogs.
I love Brussels sprouts and I love
Brussels sprouts sauteed in butter.
I love Brussels sprouts and I love broccoli. I do. I like them both.
That may have been too hard. Well, that would have been a good one for like everybody.
You could get the first letter, French toast.
French toast, yeah, we could.
I'm not a big French toast fan.
Family Man Clan is here. Sour beer. Yes. You don't like sour beer.
So Family Man gave me a 6-pack of sour beer, and I drank one, and it's very. I never gave you one of those, did I? Mm-hmm. It's a very odd beer. It's really odd. I wouldn't call it like beer. I don't think it's beer, but I took them. We went and played. I told you I went and played softball, and so I took the rest of the 6-pack yuck squash.
DNA painting. Well done. Lima beans.
Where?
Well, it says Ima beans lima.
Lima DNA painting. You're the winner.
That works.
Lima beans will literally make me throw up.
So
I took that sour beer to the baseball game, and while we were playing baseball, everybody cracked them open and started drinking them. But what was interesting is when the game was over, I went to grab all the cans, the empty cans, and throw them away, and they were all like still full.
So if you know it's not a great beer if it won't even be drinking at a softball game.
Now he gave me another beer, which was like Flysian or something like that, which was an IPA. I think he said it was like his favorite IPA, which was really good. I can't remember. I'm sure. I think it was just he can.
What was the sour beer, Family Man?
What was the sour beer, Ben? Or not well, name the sour beer, what it was called, and the IPA. I really like
the other one. Lance's wall art is your people not putting numbers inside of the gutters. You're my not favorite food. Sometimes that doesn't happen very often, and it might not happen very often because when it does, I lose it.
So let's since Paint Wife is not here, I'm gonna try to make this easy for her. DNA painting on this.
Yeah, and DNA painting. I put the email address on there. Email us at liveshow@the-idaho-painter.
And while we're at, because we got a handful of stuff to give away, we want to. Let's give away this.
We are going to get to your question, man.
Professional dust freeze pole sander. Give this thing away, John.
Let's see. Dust free pole sander.
Give that away.
How about, let's see. What's a good way to give that away?
That's a good question. I mean,
okay, first person to guess how many dogs are currently residing in this house wins the Hyde dust free pole sander.
That's a good question. Now that just brought up for the next giveaway. I got an idea.
Ooh, so now we're cooking.
So
6, Ron. It is not 6. Well, I shouldn't have said that. I should have just let it keep going.
Here,
you know it's not 6. Lance's wall art. It's 4, right? Yeah, 4. Lance's wall art. Well done, Lance's wall art.
Lance's wall art, and then we got sent these things, John. You can give a shout out to those guys that sent us that. Lance's wall art wins. And Lance, let us know like this thing. I mean, we haven't used the dust-free pole sander yet. We haven't tried that. We tried the mud gun, but not this. So let us know what you think of it. If it's even worth.
Yep, you got it.
Lance's wall art just won that.
Liberton Decor.
So. Here, and let me give away this other Hyde thing right now. While we're at it, here's the Hyde Mud Gun Pro. So we're gonna give away one of these things. So
how are we gonna give that away?
Here we'll give it away if you can guess what 2 animals we have out in the North 40 out there. So there's 2 different animals out there, and one that we want to make tacos out of, and the other one.
I mean, you could make tacos out of both.
Yeah, you could actually. You actually can.
We could have a fiesta.
So we got 2 animals out there, and some people probably, if they've watched our live shows, they've probably heard one of them.
Bam! Jake Starlings.
Jake chickens and goat. Jake.
You know, goat and pig. You should get a pig.
The pig would probably.
I feel like the pig might actually do more than the goats for dealing.
All the goats do is damage. I think the pig probably wouldn't do nearly as much damage. The goats have destroyed everything. They ruined all my fruit trees. I mean, they've destroyed them. They've destroyed everything.
We can't talk about the goats because we're gonna go off on goats for a little while. So Jake
Starlings,
Starlings, email us at.
So Jake just won a Mud Gun Pro. So I'll write that on there. We're making Paint Wipe Lisa's job easy. Jake Starlings, right?
Yes.
So Jake Starlings.
I like sponsoring the show. This is chill.
So much easier.
There's a lot less going on here.
Any more questions we got to answer? Because that's
so
what this is all about.
We got to get back to Mac Miller's question about Hvlp.
Oh, that's right. He had a long question. When I did my spray tan, when I went to Kentucky Derby, because I didn't want to have white legs, because I was going to wear shorts, and I don't wear shorts very often. I busted out the Hvlp, and I gave me a spray tan, and I gave Lisa a spray tan, and it worked very well.
So it's like a optional winter thing if you slow down.
Yep. So that might be my new business, but you can, John, you're the expert with the Hvlp.
So we use an Hvlp turbine, which is going to be different than if you're using like conventional with an air compressor. Okay, so that reduces some of the settings that you're going to have to deal with, but one of the easiest, well, not really easiest ways, probably one of the best ways to go about finding how thick your product needs to be is to get a number 4 Ford cup. And it's a little funky cup with a handle and a little nozzle on it. And you're supposed to time how long it takes for product when you fill it up to drain all the way out to where it's just separating with drips. After it gets to, and I can't off the top of my head remember what the number is, that's where you're going to know your viscosity is correct to go out that Hvlp. I usually go a little bit more trial and error depending on the product I'm using, but we only really use a handful of products to our Hvlp, so I've got it pretty well narrowed down now to know what it is. But an Hvlp, the nice part about it is it's simple. You just open up the cup. You can pour your product in after it's all been thinned and set to where it needs to be. You close it and you just start spraying. You'll have to do some adjustment when it comes to, obviously you want to figure out how big your fan size is depending on what you're spraying. You'll adjust your air until you get that nice atomization that you're looking for, and then you're going to adjust your material until you have the right amount coming in. And that's where an Hvlp isn't just like an airless sprayer where you just throw a tip on, pull the trigger, and go. There's a little more finesse with feeling in how you want it to be, but it does give you that customizable pattern, which is part of what makes an Hvlp so efficient and nice to use. Like we were just doing an iron fence, and I'm able to get that pattern down really tight with a relatively thick product. We've thinned it down. It was multi-surface acrylic. We thin it down about 20%. 20 to 25%, run it through the gun, and like literally no overspray. We're just hitting the pickets that we need to hit, and we're good to go. Yeah.
And the pickets are literally like, this thin, and trying to do spray pickets like that with an airless sprayer. We used to do that over the years and talk about the amount of overspray, the lost product and stuff. You had probably at least 10 times the amount of product on like a iron picket fence, versus an Hvlp. And that's one of the big differences. And yep. So anything else you want to talk about?
30 seconds, Mac. Yes, 30 seconds. That's how long it's supposed to take. So.
All right.
Let's go back up.
We still got a half an hour, so we're halfway through. Answer some questions. The 2-edge knife, 2-edge. Love these things. We've been selling like a bunch of these things lately.
That's because they're awesome.
Because they're awesome, and you can't get them. Like Amazon every now and then has them, but then they sell out of them really fast.
My hands got beat. Oh, my hands didn't get beat up. We were spraying a red door. Actually, I wasn't spraying a red door. I was cleaning out the sprayer with the red paint in it, and it got me.
We've painted 3 houses this week already.
Yeah.
2. 3.
No, this was 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today was the 3rd one.
And the big one's tomorrow.
In all 3 of them, it's rained at the end of the day.
Yeah. but we got it done.
Yeah, and we did. We used a product that the rain won't affect it. You know, if it rains, you know, within an hour. Did you give these guys a shout out?
I said Liberton Decor,
and they're in Edinburgh. So they sent us these really cool postcards.
You need
so
one
they're
of
from
those in your back.
That's
40,
like, dude, that's like
40.
sick looking, man. I mean, look at his bangs. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It's got better hair than I do.
So that's really cool. So if you want a stickers, paint like stickers, send us a sticker, and we will send you a sticker. Send us a shirt, and we'll send you a shirt. It's called the shirt and sticker swap. We got stickers, all kinds of stickers on our store. We'll give away some stickers today too. Let's give away.
Suzanne Hudson says she just bought her first HVLP, a Titan. I think it's a Cap Spray 95.
There you go.
Those are good.
Yep. We have 105s. We got 115s. I don't think we have a 95. The 95s. The as you go up, you're going to be able to spray heavier materials and.
Yeah, you'll be able to pull the trigger down longer. It's just more power behind the turbine, more turbines to create air. But the 95, if you're spraying cabinets, especially with lacquer, that'll do it for you.
Great little unit. Titan makes an awesome HVLP sprayer. We absolutely love them. They're great units, those cap sprays. Yeah. And you've obviously already got your gun and stuff. If you end up, I'm not sure what gun she got, but the Maxim Elite gun is the best gun that we've ever used. So if you're, it's not a cheap gun, but that gun is awesome.
Jake's got an estimate to go do real quick, but first he wants to know the tenant went Looney Tunes, marked up the walls with marker, crayon, spray paint, lipstick all over the walls. What primer do I use, and can I use it for trim?
You know, it's interesting because back in the olden days, I created a video where the kids wrote with Sharpie markers all over the walls and stuff. The whole bedroom was completely covered, and I went through all kinds of primers trying to find a primer that would block all the different things on the walls. And if you have oil-based stains or products on the walls, or you got lacquer-based stains and products, it's really difficult because if you have one, you can choose one primer. But now if you got multiple different things, you're going to have to try a primer that's going to block all of them all at once, so you don't have to use multiple primers. I think with like describing what he's describing, I don't know, maybe start off with a shellac primer. Or an oil-based primer like Zinsser's.
I think you got to have both depending on what the stain is, but I would just carry 2 bomb cans around and spray as you need.
Yeah, and it just depends on how much. The whole room, all 4 walls, from top to bottom were solid Sharpie markers and other oil-based markers and stuff. And I did a video. You can look it up, and I can't remember what exact product, but I used like 5 different products, and I eventually found one product that actually worked for all of them. I can't remember what it was because that was a whole lot of years ago. But you can check it out. So, and don't make fun of me because that was a really old video.
What's the best? Well, should we get something away?
We're gonna give away one of these covered things. I mean, this thing's been kicking. They've been kicking around for a while, and we got to get rid of one of them. And so they're kind of cool. You put a roller pan in them. They also unzip to become a drop cloth, so your roller pan can go on it, set on it. It can be a drop cloth. Then you can zip it up. If you're a do-it-yourselfer and you don't want to finish today, or you're a professional and you're going to come back tomorrow, you throw it in the cupboard. I don't even know if they make it. I'm sure they make them still, but the paint store was closing them out, and I bought all of them to give them away, and I got one left. So let's give it away, John.
Okay, let's give it away to I don't know. How should we give this one away?
I don't know. That's a good question.
We could always go back to numbers, but there's like not a lot of people. There's a lot of people, but there's only a few sponsors who really want one.
Yeah, who wants one?
How about first to guess a number between 1 and 15, and that number is
1 and 15. That's
between 1 and 15. I got the number.
And
go.
The other things, I just wrote it on the box. I'm just going to write the name right there. And look, I'm going to sign my name.
It's signed. It's autographed.
The Idaho
value just went up. You might have to raise those numbers. Nope. Whoa. James Plano. I think that was the first one I saw. James Plano, you are the fine, proud new owner of Chris's autograph on a cover.
So to James.
James Plano. Well done, James.
Thanks for your support. I just wrote.
So I'm sending the email address right now. Email us at liveshow@the-idaho-painter.com, and we will get that sent away to you.
Yes, there
Congrats.
we go. Congrats. Here's some footsteps. We got a few of those toys to give away.
Can't have these.
We really want ours because they're really cool. So we have 2 of them to give away. We'll give away 2 of them tonight.
This is the tests they do in manufacturing where they're trying to see how many rolls they can get out of.
Mine is actually has a little drag to it right now.
Ooh, I like this question.
Yeah.
If you could only use one paintbrush for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
You know, we've been testing out paintbrushes and we've had the opportunity. It's really weird because, you know, I was like, Purdy, like the greatest thing on the planet, you know, and then people kept telling us to use other brushes. Use a Krone. I'm like, woo, big deal. It's like, and use the Wooster. Wooster is the best thing on the planet. And I'm like, nah. And it was interesting. I was just so, I thought Purdy was great. And I just assumed they were the best brushes and stuff. And I went out and we started testing out all kinds of brushes. And that's an amazing brush. But if I had, you know, one thing, the Chinex bristles for an all-around bristle are a great bristle for interior and exterior. Interior and exterior, I think exterior, they're better for exterior than they are from interior. But, you know, I think Corona, the quality of a Corona brush, they make like really good quality stuff. I think Corona, the company, man, you just hold one of the brushes, it's super high quality. The Wooster makes a really good brush too. I like the Picasso brush. The Wooster brush, the Wooster cut on a Wooster Chinex brush is the best for cut-ins. But now we got to get down to just say one brush. If I only had one brush, I really like how Chinex cleans up easy. It doesn't hold paint as well as some other bristles and stuff. But you know, Purdy does make their clear cut brushes a really good brush. But I think I would probably, if I only had one to choose from all the different paints I've used so far in testing them, I'd probably go with that Wooster Chinex. And what's it called? The Alpha?
The FTP.
FTP.
I would do that, and then I would just never brush trim. Because that ain't going to work.
We don't have the $150 brush in here.
We got a 100-year-old brush.
That's, my daughter bought that from a garage sale like the other day on Saturday. She came home with that. Dad, I got you a new brush. And that would be, she was like, what kind of bristles are those? I think that's not like boar's hair. I think that's probably jute, like what they make jute ropes out of and stuff. And that's not animal hair. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think what this is, if you guys can tell, I think this is a Wallpaper paste brush.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's what this is. And it has this picture on it of this old picture. It says 1938. I'm sure the brush is in 1938, I think. But it's kind of cool. The brush is cool. So
Ryan Petzold says this is the painter's version of a fidget spinner. We were just talking about that, Ryan.
Yep.
It's true.
Purdy semi-oval, Jenny says. That's what she likes.
Mac wants to know. No, I have not.
No.
Any advice to help learn the business side of painting?
The business side of painting, that's a completely different side than the painting side. That's completely different skill set, I'd say. You know, and the business side of things, there's a lot of things to the business side, from marketing your company to you know, selling your company, selling yourself, being a salesman. If you're not a very good salesman, you're probably not going to do very well. I mean, you've got to, not only do you got to be a good painter, but you got to be able to sell yourself. You can't, and that's what I never would have called myself, or I still don't call myself a salesman, but you're forced into it because if you want to win a lot of the jobs, you got to meet customers and you got to sell yourself. Not why the other guy's not the best for the job. It's why you're the best choice for the job. And so was thrown into that role, out of survival. If I got to pay my bills and pay my house payment and stuff, and I was very uncomfortable doing it and stuff. But I eventually learned, and you got to learn how to become a salesman, and you got to learn, in order to get those sales, you got to market yourself, and you got to become an expert at marketing. And those are two things that you got.
Just a few things to get master.
Yeah, it's and then the whole other aspect of it is, I mean, you master marketing yourself, you master selling yourself. Well, now what do you charge? That's not an easy thing to figure out. And you don't want to undersell yourself. You don't want to work for too cheap, but then if you work for too expensive, you're not going to get jobs. And so there's a fine line, I think. And the fine line is learning. It changes. It's kind of like dynamic, with the economy and stuff like that. The prices go up and down. They also fluctuate, supply and demand. When you're busier, when you're booked out for 3 months, you shouldn't be working for what you were working for 3 months ago when you had no jobs. So there's a lot that goes to it. The business side of things, we do have a Paint Life Academy coming up. We're this close to the announcement. We have the date set. It's set. And we have our document created. It's like 6 pages, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you're going to get.
Yeah.
And we're about ready to fire it off in a day or two.
Jake Starling makes a good point. That Contractor Success Summit has some good things as far as the business side of painting, or really any construction company. We're working through some of those things. So there are, and that's contractorsuccesssummit.com.
If you didn't know, because we were just on live before this, we were on either Facebook or Instagram, and some people said they saw we're on it. And so we were asked to be guests on the Contractor Summit, and it's this summit with 20 other highly successful contractors, and giving you advice. And it was for 3 days, and it was free. Now, if you want to go watch it, it does cost you a small fee, and you can download it and watch all the videos. If you want to watch yours or his truly, John's on there giving his advice. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So we were honored to be asked to be on it. So
yeah,
we didn't get to see it. I didn't have time to see it. So I'm going to ask for my free pass to go see it because I want to see it. Any other questions? We got to give away some. Family Man says Chris versus John arm wrestle. That loser has to do freestyle paint nap live. I mean, that would be, because I was never a good arm wrestler.
Yeah, I don't arm wrestle.
Arm wrestle is a lot of technique.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I just have a no arm wrestling policy. I had a tragic arm wrestling accident in middle school. Okay.
I think you could probably win me though. It's because I got little hands.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're definitely not doing that live on the internet.
Arm wrestling is. My daughter thought she could beat me arm wrestling, and we downtown.
How'd that work out?
It didn't work out very well for her.
Her arm's broken, just hanging there loose.
That was the one arm wrestling match in my life that I won. So I felt pretty good about it.
Yeah, you beat up on a little girl.
That's usually what happens when your kids want to arm wrestle you. It's just that psychological thing. She just beat herself.
Oh man,
she was on a win streak. Well, she was arm wrestling other people. We were downtown, after the fights and stuff, and she was beating up on some other girls. Was really high on herself, and I had to put her in place. So that again. So find a question. Let's give something else away.
What's your way to go about informing the customer that the price you gave was an estimate when they add things like moving furniture?
Okay. That's a good question, because on our estimate, it does say estimate. And our estimate is our final price. But along with our estimate, we have a bid packet. And so with our estimate, which is the price, that's what it costs when job's all said and done. Now, if the customer wants something extra, then we have a list of extras that we charge for. Like our bid is specifically for 2 colors on a house. If they choose 4 colors, it specifically says it's $135 extra per color. And then it's up to them to make sure that they read the whole bid packet. It's 20 pages long, because that will be added on at the end of the bid. If they don't change anything, if we paint it as is, the estimate is the estimate. We don't go, oh shoot, it took us 4 days instead of 3 days. Now we're going to add you more. Or we thought it was, you know, less prep than it really is, and so we're going to charge you more. Our estimate is our estimate, irregardless of whether we do them, you know, look at the house on Google Earth or not. So we have a few things that are extras in colors. If they choose more than 2 colors, if they want bug juice, so bug juice is a chemical insecticide. That's a common additive. If they want, I think what he just mentioned, moving furniture. I mean, we move small furniture and stuff like that. We do have a fee. Like if they went in there and there's nothing moved in the house, we're like, you know, we have a fee, and it says we have a fee if they want us to paint behind the refrigerator. We don't move refrigerators because of liability, but if they can't get somebody to move it, or they can't move it themselves because they're 80 years old or something, we move it. There's a $25 fee to move a refrigerator, but that's all spelled out. Any possible extra is spelled out in our bid packet so they can read it. You have to have that all spelled out. You can't have anything hidden.
Now, what happens if they come back at you and say, well, I didn't see that in the bid packet?
Well, that's a very good question. And we do get that occasionally. That's a real good question. And I always take that by a case-to-case basis. Majority of the time, we say what was in the bid packet, and then if there's any type of resistance whatsoever, we say, well, we'll just waive it this time and we take it off. And we don't have no problem doing that. If there's any resistance after the initial, it was in the bid packet, did you read it? And because what we don't want to do over $100 or $35 or something, we don't want a customer to go, well, those little bastards just we don't ever want them to walk away with a bad feeling over a small amount of money. So we just waive it, and it's not that big of an issue.
It ain't a big thing.
It's not. And sometimes, I mean, I've literally waived $500 or more on a job and just say it's not worth it. What's worth it? And this is how we do it. We say, you know what, we'll waive it this time. So we write it in the estimate, in the final invoice, and we say 5 colors, 3 additional colors, 3 times 135, and then we write that price, and then we write 0 charge. So they see what it would have cost, and they see that it's 0, and it gives them that good, happy feeling. And so then they're like, oh my gosh, he waived that. So, and then they're going to get on the Neighbor app, and they're going to say, these guys are amazing. They're doing blah, blah. And that's what's most important, is your reputation.
And that is what he said about zeroing it out, showing what it was and what the price waived. That is a good little kind of a psychological trick to use, or tip for when you are presenting, you know, these bid packets and these invoices, they all present your company in a certain manner, and those are all, they all communicate things about your company to that person. And the hope is you communicate something that they want to share with their neighbors. Good. Something good they want to share with their neighbors, not something bad. That's the other way.
We got to give away a 2-edge knife. These things are sick.
They are.
The color's sick.
They throw up.
They're built sick, and they're amazing. So give one away, John.
Oh, let's see.
If you don't have these, we sell them on our Paint Life store. We actually ship them out ourselves. Someday we'll have to walk you out and show you my little gym in our store where we store stuff. So, John, you're gonna have to give it away somehow.
Let's find something. If somebody knows that. Never mind.
Somebody knows Zach.
Well, somebody does know Zach.
Does anybody know who Safety Sally is back?
Yeah, Safety Sally is back.
The real Safety Sally finally came back.
I'll tell you what. The first person who can name me one of the guys from the crew last summer who's going to be back, you get one of these.
There you go. I like that.
We're getting creative here. It's a This ain't a Monday. This is a Thursday.
And I got to write a name on here. And so, because we're just
Andrew. That's not what we called Andrew. That wasn't his name.
Look at this. I'm going to sign this thing.
Jenny Tootin says Ryan. Ryan is correct. Well done.
So Jenny Tootin's the winner?
Jenny Tootin is the winner.
To Jenny.
Philip, Pete, what are you guys thinking? Apparently, maybe we need to give them, use their real names instead of aliases.
Pro Pete. We got, look at that.
Pro tip. Oh, I guess
Signed.
Pete. Pro tip Pete. Yeah.
The Idaho Painter to Jenny. Thanks for your support. So Jenny's got that 2-inch knife. That's hers right there. That one is brand new. It's just not in the package. So, oh, you should give one in the package.
I feel like if you are a sponsor and you jump on a sponsor-only show, like your odds of winning go way, way, way up.
They go really high.
That would take care of that $4.99.
That $4.99 can be. I mean,
that's a good return on investment.
Because you haven't said that it's not $499.
It's not $499.
It's
$4.99.
Give away some of these fidget things. Give away 2 of them. Get rid of them. Fidget tools. Fidget tools.
Let's see. Have you ever heard of a 7-inch roller?
I have. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, it's got to be some other country, you know, or I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Over in Australia, they have them, and I don't know why. It's kind of weird. What else? Do we have anything in here to give away? Gotta give away some stuff. You only brought one of the bins in, huh?
I did bring only one of the bins in. Yeah, Ryan, that's what I'm saying. 7-inch roller does not make sense. Unless, like Suzanne says, you just cut 2 inches off of a 9. I guess that works too. I don't know. I've come up with a bunch of good ways to get rid of stuff. It's your turn. You come up with something here.
Okay. Let's see. Boy, John, you just put me on the spot. Now, let's see.
Okay. This is by Macaulay Tools. This one, you can even get Google to help you out with this. If you can tell me what state in the United States Macaulay Tools is based out of, you will be the first winner of one of our fidget spinners.
And it's not China.
It's not China. Actually, this isn't a fidget spinner because this just has the core on it. It doesn't have the spinner thing on it.
This one too. This one's not a fidget spinner. You'll have to just make do because this is a different type. Or maybe we could just throw it.
It's not Alabama.
And we'll throw one of these, the one with the ladder things in with each one.
I like that. So the first 2 people to come up with the state that Macaulay Tools is based out of, it is not Idaho.
It's not Idaho.
We make potatoes and painters.
Macaulay Tools. You must have read it on the package or something.
Right there.
Oh, look at that. It's right there.
Nuke Brock. Well done, Nuke. And Ryan Petzold.
That's weird. I'm in Mammoth Lakes because Mammoth is like a ski resort. It's kind of weird that something like this would come. You'd think there would be just ski resort stuff. So Ryan Petzold is one, right?
Yes.
So Ryan Petzold.
Ryan and Nuke. Nukem. Nuke Brock.
So Ryan, and then so that goes there. And who was the other one?
Nuke Brock.
Oh, I think he's won. We've seen him. I think he's won stuff before.
Have you won stuff before, Nuke? Nukem?
Nuke Brock. Cool.
Well done, gentlemen. Questions? Email us at liveshow@the-idaho-painter.com.
We're running out of time. Let me see. I gotta go look at that other bin because we gotta get rid of some other stuff. You didn't bring the other bin in, did you?
I didn't bring it in.
I'll go see if there's anything else in the other bin.
Logan Kirby, you received your Titan RX Apex gun this evening. It is a sweet looking gun. Like, I'll give that to Titan. They make really cool looking guns, and I've been using the we just on the sprayer that we sprayed the body of the house with. So the sprayer I have to use most of the time. We had a Graco Contractor 2 gun on that, or Contractor 1. I can't remember which one. And we just switched out to an RX Pro gun on those. I gotta say, I like that gun a lot, especially for all day. Way less fatigue on the hand. Way less fatigue on the hand. That's something Titan is doing.
John, I'm very excited. I found something.
A vibrating paintbrush.
No, that would be cool if that vibrating paintbrush would send us some vibrating paintbrushes. But
I think we made a mad.
I think I got something just as cool. Remember?
Ooh. Okay. I don't know how to make this thing work.
The pick gun.
Mac Miller wants to know, does a house's listed square footage take into account 1, 2, or 3 stories? It takes everything that's heated is the way it goes. Any heated space is included in the square footage, or should be. So your garage, not so much. An unfinished basement, not so much.
Yeah. So that's a very good question, and that's a good way to put it because I've never heard that before. But that is a good way to put it because the square footage, if you just look up the floor square feet of the house on Zillow or Realtor.com, it tells you the floor square feet, and it never takes into account the garage. So that's where is a garage detached? So that could really hurt you if it's a detached garage. But usually, like, garages are kind of, molded into the house and stuff. That's but we every now and then we've got to take in that garage if it's detached and stuff. And that's where you really need to look at the square feet and then look at the photo on Zillow really good. Give away a pick gun.
I will give away a pick gun. This is in case you want to pick a lock.
It's kind of interesting because a company sent us like 7 of them. So why don't you give away 2 of them?
Andrew says, why do Canadians like fries with gravy and cheese? I've never heard that.
Why do people like fries with mayonnaise? That's gross.
Dude, don't you like fry sauce?
Oh, no.
You don't like fry sauce?
No. Oh, no. And that's like an Idaho thing?
I know it's a Northwest thing.
People in like Kentucky have no idea what you're talking about.
It's because they've never lived.
Because they just eat grass.
When you've got as many potatoes as we have, you got to get rid of them. Fry sauce.
So we got to give away 2 of these.
You don't like fry sauce.
Oh man, that's
lima beans.
You know what mayonnaise is made out of? That's so disgusting.
It's delicious.
Here's something else we got to give away. This whole kit. These people from Wolf Brush are super cool. They sent us this, and we met them personally. We've
at the PDCA,
at the PDCA show. Yeah. The dude's like really cool. So we like these guys.
Well, it's your turn to figure out how to get rid of these. I came up with
this. Has brushes in it. This has rollers, brushes. It's all in one kit. Works with all paints. It has 7 things in it. It's got a 3-inch brush, a 4-inch brush, 2.5-inch brush, a 9-inch roller, the whole rigmarole. And so yeah, that's so I guess, man, if they could just make it simple, like the first person to guess.
Yeah, that's the simple part.
That's the simple. That's the first person to. I mean, but then like, I don't know. That's like really difficult. I'll look at the box and see. You made it like really easy. I mean, this thing's made in China. So we made a video.
All right. Here's what we're going to do for these things, okay? For one of these things. Earlier, we were just talking about Liberton Decor. If you can tell me what city they're based out of, you can have one of these. We'll see. This is like Decor. memory recall. Yeah. I'm working on that.
That's a very good idea.
It's a Paint Life community. If you can remember where they're from, what city, you get one of these.
That's a.
Unless you don't want one of these, and then don't guess.
That's so smart.
I should probably scroll down. Numbers. Come on, Andrew. Numbers.
That makes it so easy.
One says London. Close, but no. Well, I mean, kind of close. Closer than Boise. Cheryl Sandage, well done. Edinburgh.
How'd you
Where'd your Sharpie go? Maybe she was paying attention. She's got good memory recall.
Well, then, I mean, we'll see if she can. Let's see who can recall. Was it? Did you say like the? You said what city were they from? Well, we don't even know if that's where they're from. They just sent us a postcard from there.
Well, now we've ruined everything.
So,
they're in Edinburgh.
They are in Edinburgh, from the UK.
All right, well done, Cheryl. Cheryl, email us at liveshow@the-idaho.
So here's it. So we're going to Australia, and I believe John. We're working it out where John's going to go. Now we're going to be going to Australia to teach at the Deluxe Academy. Not Deluxe Academy, the Deluxe. How do you say that? The wording Deluxe, but it's their
accredited painters institution thingy.
So we're going to teach there for 5 days, and so that's going to be another country we'll be traveling to. Last year, I was in 2 countries where they sent me to go do some appearances and do a couple things, and so The first person that can name the 2 countries that Paint Wife Lisa and I were in last year, we'll give the Wolf Rush kit to.
Yeah. So you better
2
hurry.
countries.
This is like Paint Life Trivia.
Paint Life Trivia.
Man, I like this game. Hey,
So-
welcome B-Trim 1974, a
so-
new sponsor.
So John signed those 2.
Need that guy. Well, I got
This
one.
one- this
I
one.
gave one away.
I need a
I don't know why you would need 2 pick guns. Germany and England.
Hey, that's yeah. England is the UK. So who guessed that one?
That was
That would be something
that was
follows.
Ryan Petzold. Ryan's
Petzold.
just gonna get a whole kit.
Ryan Petzold. How do you? It's PET.
It's already gone past. Memory recall. Petzold. Got it. Bam. Hawaii isn't another country. That doesn't. If you're Canadian, maybe it's. Did you hear that volcano erupted?
Again?
Well, I don't
What's
know.
been
Again,
erupting?
I just saw an alert, like it actually erupted.
Oh, really? Hopefully not like Mount St. Helens. That would be not a good
I don't
thing.
know. Not a good. I'll bet it's a good time to go to the beach though. Nobody's there. You can get all the way view.
You know what? As soon as the show's over, I'm booking my flight. Booking my flight.
Okay, we gotta give this away.
So here's some interesting trivia. Now that you just brought up that volcano thing, I mean, it's not good for a lot of people and stuff, but I have a cousin, and his name's Chris Berry. I told you that.
Yeah, he's like Rastafarian or
He's,
something.
yeah, he's like a famous singer in Africa and stuff like that,
Right.
but he's white. He kind of, no, he doesn't look like me, but
Anyway.
he's my cousin. We have the same name. And we have the same middle name, almost same letter, but he has a house in Hawaii because those Rastafarians kind of do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And a fissure opened up right next to his house, and he sent me some pictures of his burning his house up.
Whoa!
And he said it was it was his offering to Pele God to, you know, satisfy Pele God. So
I guess that'll work.
if that makes you happy and it makes it feel better that your house is burning up, I mean, that's cool, but I feel bad for
Start
Chris.
dialing your insurance company.
Nobody,
Are volcanoes on my plan?
we found out you can't. There is no,
There's no
because you're
volcano
sitting
insurance.
on a volcano. So you can't get insurance for volcanoes.
Didn't
on
see
a
that in the
volcano.
fine print. Okay,
John, we have one of these to give away. I think.
okay, let's give one of those.
Or
away.
do you got to give away this?
Yeah, let's give away.
You
That's
can
more.
sign
This
that
is more
one.
and this is the last giveaway, and then we're gonna call this a night.
We are.
Is it
What-
7
is it 7? All right.
I got places to be.
We'll both put our signature on this one.
Okay, so I was gonna ask what color the cleaning roll is, but that's pretty obvious.
You can say, what shade of green is it?
Yeah, but then The roller cleaner is awesome. I've used it the last 2 nights. Andrew, is painting a hobby for you, Andrew? Like,
That's a good question.
how often are you painting?
That is
Because
a
for
good
someone
question.
that isn't a painter, you paint a whole lot.
And he watches a whole lot of painting videos.
And I like you, Andrew. I like you. But how much painting are you doing? What's going on? Help a brother out.
So John's gonna have to sign that one too.
That's good, because while I'm signing, you can figure out how to give this away.
How to give it away? Let's see. Trivia. We can just the first person to that's a good question. John's signing it. We got to do something with Paint Wife. We got to. She's not here. She's out shopping. So the first person to guess. I mean, it's just there's only 12 months in a year, but we can't do that. That's like going to be too easy. So, wow, the first person we could just do trivia again. You know, we got let's see who can remember from the beginning of the show. Leverton Decor. Yeah, they sent us some stickers. We do appreciate people that send us stickers and stuff who support us. And we showed,
and if you send me a really cool sticker, I get to put it on my lunchbox.
If you can tell us what we showed, 2 postcards from Liberton Decor, and what the heck was the other postcard? What was on it?
And what was on that?
What was on that postcard?
It made me jealous.
And it has to be. I mean, it got to be like specific. I think.
As specific as it could possibly be. I mean, you can't get too specific on that, but Zach Miller just is throwing June and July out.
I was going to
ask a painting question. That would have been good asking a painting question.
Well, that would have been really good. Why? How come we're painters and we can't even think of?
It's because it's been a long day.
There we go.
It started a long time ago.
I think it looks like C&H.
C&H quality painting. Well done. It's a cow.
Good name.
A cow works. It
did say cow. It was a
good
Highland cow. So it's kind of cool. I mean, that cow, that's like amazing. It's like really cool. So you got someplace to be, and I've got to go. What time? It's 7:04. Because if you haven't checked out Instagram, go look at my new bike. I got a new bike. I showed it, John. I just picked it up today.
And now that the storm has gone by,
I can go ride my bike.
Go ride. So C&H. Let's send you the email address, and we will sign this out.
And I'll say, you wrote C&H quality painting on it, and I'll write C&H myself too. And John's gonna sign us out.
You guys are still at it?
We're signing off right now. Paint wife just showed up. Anybody come on in?
Get off the internet.
Come on in. She's here. She's gonna make.
Oh my gosh! Is all that
come
stuff
on,
happening?
make your appearance.
Shay has something to do
Sign
tomorrow.
us off. Sign us off. Lisa.
We're out.
Come on.
Have a great night, everybody. Good night.
You heard it.
Bye.
See ya.